Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Spiritual Sisters podcast. This is Gabrielle Celeste. Welcome. If you are a fan of our show, if you're a fan of this episode, whether you are a new listener or a longtime listener, we would be so grateful if you were to share this show with a friend, a family member, a loved one, and give us a 5-star review wherever it is that you listen. Welcome to a really fun episode that we have in store for you. Hi, Bree.
Hello. Hi, guys. It's Brianna. Welcome back. I hope you missed me because I missed you.
Can you tell she's a Sagittarius?
Give me all the attention, but stay over there because I don't want your attention all at the same time.
I feel like that's the Cancer energy that you just described.
I don't know. Might be because I'm getting my period soon. Could be. I'm very feisty.
Yeah, for sure. It's all that fire. How's your summer going, Ruby?
It's good. I've been by the pool almost every day, and my kid is tan as shit.
Mm-hmm.
My little güerito is not looking like a little güerito.
Do you think I'm more fair than he is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. He at least has an olive complexion like I do. So he tans pretty easy. You'll just wait. You're a vampire. You don't like the sun.
I don't hate the sun, but I just watched this really fascinating reel with Dita Von Teese because she was on the podcast with Bunny, Jelly Roll's wife. And this bitch just looked flawless, right? And she's in her 50s. And Bunny was like, well, what do you do? And she's like, well, I do Botox, but I wear sunscreen and I wear real sunscreen. And I sleep with her back. Like, she doesn't really move. And I guess she's a light sleeper. So, like, she really doesn't have wrinkles. She doesn't have, like, much damage to her skin, if any at all. And I was just like, that is exactly how I want to age.
Are you a back sleeper? Are you a belly sleeper?
I'm training myself. I'm more of a side sleeper than anything else.
Oh, I'm a side sleeper with like 4 pillows.
Yeah. I'm conscious of it, but I haven't been sleeping well, and that's like a whole different discussion. It's probably why, because I'm trying to train myself to sleep on my back, and you know, it's weird. I'm one of those sleepers
that like this, arms crossed.
Do you know that is a symbol for peace? Like asking to receive peace. You know what I think?
Sleep?
You know what I think of? Yeah, it is. But I think
we're in church.
Like Wednesday Addams when she was awoken in the first season, in like episode 2, when like, you know, the crocodile statue almost fell on her and her then love interest.
Oh my god, I don't remember. I'll have to go rewatch it.
I can't wait for the second season.
I'm so excited.
Like, I texted Brianna. I was like, Brianna, like, we need to have like watching parties, viewing parties.
Have you been watching Love Island?
I am not on Love Island games.
You need to watch it.
That is what Lydia told me. She's like, her cousin put her on game for that, and I'm like, no. Like, I just like, I want to, but like, here's the thing. I will get sucked in. I will get sucked in because I commit, and I need to know.
It's like a drug for me right now.
I just don't know if
it's like a drug. The crash out is insane. I need you to watch it.
Okay, well, possibly, but okay. Aside from that, I'm not doing a check-in. My life is in disarray right now. So, especially by the time that this drops, I'm like, dude, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing.
Yes, we'll see.
I guess we'll see. Is she moving? Is she not? Is she going to live like a gypsy? Is she going to... I don't fucking know. Anyways, what are we talking about, Ruby?
The solar plexus.
Ooh, okay. So we talked about the root chakra. We're skipping the sacral for right now. But what do you know about the solar plexus that you learned at psychic school?
It's around your navel and your belly.
Oh, okay.
Yellow is the color for it.
Uh-huh.
And the element is a fire.
Mm-hmm. 3 for 3, baby.
Yeah. That's right. Mic drop.
Yes. So, okay. In my readings, if you've had one with me, there's a lot of different techniques that you could basically lean on to do readings. But for me specifically, I specialize in reading the chakras, if you are a Southern California native like us. And one thing that I will say about the solar plexus chakra is that it is one that is constantly being challenged. And it is one in which your self-esteem really comes forth. And oftentimes it is so you are inherently worthy. And we actually talked about this on an upcoming episode with a guest. Her name is Tanaz. She's the podcast host for Minutes on Growth. And I'm really excited about it because she really went into depth on this. But inherently for existing, you are worthy. But what the solar plexus really shows you is what you relate your self-esteem to. Because I read for so many psychics, I think that that's just the energy that my business pulls forth and attracts, is it's constantly being challenged. And your solar plexus is going to tell you where you're at in terms of your next up level. So, Brianna, would you say, I have two questions, that the solar plexus, most people in Western society, here in the Northern Hemisphere, the United States, specifically the state of California, not really, but the US in general, relates their self-esteem to what they do for work, for trabajo, if you will.
Yes and no.
Say more.
Because what if it's like a stepping stone job? Like you're only there for a short period of time because you need the experience. So I wouldn't consider that as oh, this is part of who I am. It's just a stepping stone. But then say you're in your dream job, then I consider it. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I think for me, I think I struggle with that. Actually, for so long before I became into I got into this work and I started doing the healing, so much of my worth was tied to my job in my corporate setting. Because that was who I was, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all you knew back then.
That's all I knew. And now I'm well, I would say actually some more stuff has come up. I think I realize I have shame for not having a certain amount of money or a certain amount in my bank account. And I was oh, I don't know if this is entirely mine, but clearly it is because I'm working through that energy. But what I realize is now having gone through that whole okay, for the background context, I just texted Brianna this last night. I was Brianna, I worked for the IRS. I work for this corporate 500 company. I worked on second generation COVID vaccines. I was a fitness trainer. And in that period of time, overlap, at one point doing 3 jobs, I basically am a psychic astrologist and I talk to dead people. What the fuck? So now being where I'm at, no, I'm
but see, you can't say that is it determines you.
Well, now I'm just fuck, money is money. What you do isn't what you do. That doesn't make you, Now I'm just okay, what are my values? Why am I worthy? My light, my presence, my essence, baby. That's what it is. But man, going through all of that, having to come to that self-actualization, I don't know if that many people are awake or aware of that within themselves.
Probably not.
And then honestly, you know what I think my next threshold's going to be? When I have kids.
Probably. You're gonna throw mom into the mix.
And then the role of being a mom, and if you're being a good mom, and then the mom guilt, and I don't have the kids yet, but I see it. I'm oh, this is real.
Absolutely. The mom guilt is so real.
Oh, what are they? I cannot. I'm not ready yet, and I got time, so that's good. But yeah, I see you all out there doing the thing. But the solar plexus is, so as you're going through those opportunities to learn yourself on a deeper level and what you associate your self-esteem to, one thing I know for myself, if I'm not in the gym, if I'm not training, if my body doesn't feel like it's operating at a certain level, if I don't look a certain way, but truly just because I'm 5 feet tall, so I'm pequeña, and she's a little chaparrita.
Little peanut is your nickname.
Peanut. Yeah, it is. And it's one of them. And I mean, my body carries weight differently. But I know if I'm not taking care of myself on a physical level, I don't feel my best. And that's just kind of where you're really feeling that. One of the primary spots that's going to get stuck is your solar plexus.
Almost everybody has gut issues.
Well, okay, that's on purpose. So that's a whole other episode, but the gut issues. That is because the food system in America is poisoned.
It's fucked.
And The government wants it that way because they benefit on a from a monetary standpoint. And not only do they profit off of our illness because the system is designed to keep us sick, you're not in your power because your solar plexus, your gut is your source of power, and there's a direct connection to the brain. So what you eat affects how you think.
I can see that.
And that's directly linked to inflammation. So everyone's basically, not everyone's, but a good amount of people's bodies are literally inflamed in the US. And inflammation is 100% tied to every disease.
Let me tell you, allegedly. That margarita is so damn good.
Allegedly. Oh my God, what was the night? I was at Theo's house and I had a really good cocktail on a Friday. They invited me over and I had a PF Chang's with them. Bomb.
Yum.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Yum. They make good cocktails too.
Double Taurus, Aquarius. I appreciate them because they don't compromise on their lifestyle, and that's a value for them. They appreciate all things beauty and have a certain standard of living, and I love that.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So, okay, we just recorded recently an episode on tarot. Do you know which cards in the tarot are associated with the solar plexus chakra?
Is it the wiener one?
No.
Oh.
The wands are the wieners in the tarot, just so you know. You're never going to look at the wands differently, guys.
I can't think of cards right now.
Okay, well, the Emperor and the Sun. I mean, the Sun's on brand for that.
Yeah, the Sun is on brand. Yellow, Sun, fire. Makes sense.
So we're going to talk about balanced, imbalanced, deficient words, if you will. And it's like a fun little reflection piece for our listeners to consider maybe where they are in terms of like the spectrum for where their solar plexus strength is at this point. And one thing that I think is really important to consider is that the solar plexus should be associated with quite literally existing and not from an imbalanced place. And I think a couple of ways that you can think about the solar plexus just supporting you is just remembering that your solar plexus is your source of power. So the more that you feed yourself, the more that you take care of yourself, the more that you nourish yourself, you're going to be in a better place to be in your full power so you can show up on a day-to-day basis. Does that make sense, Bri?
Sure does.
Yeah. Did you know that the symbol of the chakra for the solar plexus, on the outside, there's 10 lotus petals? Lotus petals?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cheat and read directly from one of my favorite books.
What book is it?
I don't even know if it's in print anymore, but it's called Color and Crystals, and it's a journey through the chakras. So I've never, you know what, maybe before I move, I'll go ahead and take a picture of my beautiful library shelf, my bookshelf. This is only like a third of the books that I have here. In San Diego, I have more at home, but the whole, I would say 3 rows of it, 3 shelves are actually all esoteric books on like astrology, chakras. And anyways, this is one of them. And when I lived back at home, there was a bookstore that went out of, it was called Bank of Books.
I remember this.
Going out of business, and they're like, as much as you can carry $5. Bitch, I walked out with like 40 books. I went twice.
I would have walked out with more.
I just cleaned the esoteric section out. So anyways, this is one of them. Okay. Balanced energy in the 3rd chakra, also known as the solar plexus chakra. Okay. Characteristics include, can you tell I'm excited because I talk so fast and I'm like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah, calm down.
Okay. So
bring your notch down just a little bit.
Characteristics include being outgoing, cheerful, having self-respect, respecting others, having a strong sense of your personal power. So personal power is definitely a solar plexus thing. And having found your special gift or purpose in this lifetime. You're skillful, intelligent, relaxed, spontaneous, expressive. You're eager to take on new challenges. You enjoy physical activity, enjoy good food. And when it comes to your sexual energy, you care about your partner. Your highest goal might be to have a simultaneous orgasm. you're relaxed but also uninhibited, and you can show emotional warmth and presence. So, going back to like the physical aspect of it, I don't think it's a coincidence that those who, well, this isn't always the case, but sometimes people who have like a really strong core, usually they're have a very strong sense of self. Not always, because some of them can be like douchey men, like Peter Pan Diego's. All the men that, not all of them, but a good amount of men that live here in San Diego that are just kind of all for show. But oftentimes, having a strong core speaks to your personal power.
I wonder how much your solar plexus changes during pregnancy. Because you weaken your pelvic floor.
Yeah, you're supposed to actually train that throughout pregnancy.
Mm-hmm. Did I? No. But it's just now making me think, like, I wonder how much your solar plexus changes through pregnancy and postpartum.
That's a great question. I've never thought about that. I'll let you know when I get there. Okay. Excessive energy in the third chakra. Characteristics include, you know who I'm thinking about? My former boss in corporate. It's fucking dick. Judgmental.
Don't have to talk about him.
No. He died.
Not physically, guys. Not physically.
Judgmental.
They don't need to be dead to be dead to us.
Oh, he's dead.
Not there.
Now I just pity him. Now it's just fun to talk about. I'm like, you are the best example for this, bro.
Keep going with the solar plexus.
This is excessive energy. You're judgmental, workaholic, perfectionistic, overly intellectual. Oh, man.
Do you feel called out?
A little bit. As an employer, you're very demanding. As an employee, you resent authority. Ooh. I don't resent authority.
No, you actually do pretty good with it.
Yeah, I don't. You might need drugs to relax. Superiority complex fluctuates with hidden inferiority complex. Yeah, that makes sense. And when it comes to your sexual energy, you're demanding, you're constantly testing your partner, you complain a lot about your relationship, you can be very affectionate, but you desire a lot of sexual activity, but rarely feel fulfilled.
Damn. Sounds like you just need a vibrator instead at that point. Do it yourself.
Come back to self. There you go. No shame. And then deficient energy in the third chakra. Say, Brandon, say it right, and then say it like an exaggerated Southern California native.
Chakra.
Chakra. Oh, okay. Deficient energy is your characteristics include being depressed, lacking confidence, worrying about what others think, confused, feel others control your life. You have poor digestion. Okay, I need to talk about that one. You're afraid of being alone, and your sexual energy is insecure. You need constant reassurance, and you're jealous and distrustful. I will say, every time I'm going through an upgrade, I can't eat the same foods. Like, my stomach just doesn't digest the same types of foods the way that
I noticed that too when I ate hot Cheetos. And I love hot Cheetos, and I'm just like, damn. My body don't like this no more.
Man, I love hot Cheetos.
They're so good.
They're so good, but they're so bad. Red dye 40, dude.
I don't care.
You don't, but you do, because you don't give your baby that.
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah.
I'm in, what is it? A type C mom? Where I'm a mix of type A and type B. So I'm a type C mom. That's me.
I feel like you and your best friend are pleasantly that way, and I wasn't expecting that.
Absolutely.
From our Miami friend. Miami. I wonder what kind of mom I'm going to be. I actually think I'm going to be a good mom.
You're going to be a great mom.
Yeah, she's a Cancer, guys.
100% going to be a great mom. You're going to be a sensitive mom. You're going to be very sensitive. You're going to cry at everything. Everything. I'm calling this now. Everything. little Pisces, double Pisces. Oh my gosh, I can't. I got time. Okay, back to this. So common challenges to your solar plexus include low self-esteem or lack of confidence. So if you feel unworthy or not good enough, that's also a suggestion of maybe wanting to boost up the solar plexus. Constantly seeking approvals, which we have mentioned. If you're excessive with control or you're rigid, I'm kind of rigid.
I'm rigid. Perfectionistic and fear of failure, that's another challenge. If you feel rejection or failure in general, and you have maybe anxiety about just taking risks, stepping outside of your comfort zone, procrastination, that's also challenging your solar plexus. If you have trauma or emotional abuse, maybe from either childhood criticism, bullying, neglect, that can also land, that energy can subside in your solar plexus. And also being in relationships where your will is suppressed. So if maybe you don't have a very supportive partner, if maybe they speak down to you, or they're not, also like if your partner's not taking care of their own shit and doing their own internal work, sometimes like you can take that on. That actually comes up a lot in the sacral. So like because you're having sex with said partner, typically there's an energy
take
exchange.
On their energy.
Dude, it's so true.
Take on their energy.
All of the demons that I've known.
Demons. Oh my god.
Fucking assholes.
Dick demons.
Dude.
Dick demons.
The transfer of energy up the vagine. Man. Dude, I can't. I fucking can't. I can't. Okay, block that out.
No, really?
No. Okay, and then the physical imbalance. So men are the problem if you sleep with men. I sleep with men, but men are the problem. So physical imbalances can include IBS, indigestion, digestive issues. So again, stomach, solar plexus. Like if you're not regular in some way, gut, eating disorders, and self-image, solar plexus. I get a lot of clients, and I'm like, how did I attract this? Like, do I have this? Maybe in the past I might have, but I get a lot of clients that struggle with disorders and their sense of control, and they directly relate their worth to their body image and how they are in the world. Like their beauty is how they think that they're worthy.
Yeah. Do you want to hear a funny story? Because you brought up IBS, and I know somebody that has IBS. So Tyler and his best friend and his dad, so they were on their way back from California. They decided to declare a fart war against somebody that has IBS.
This is only
guys. They're boys.
Okay, girls don't do that.
So they declare this war. They are 10 minutes from ending this entire road trip. So this is when they decided to declare war with the dad who had said IBS. So what he does, because he is diabolical, and I love this man, he used to be my boss for the company that I used to work for while I was in Oregon. He farts, locks the windows, and gas chambers all over. And the only way that they were able to breathe is because it was in a truck, so the back window was a manual one, so they had to unlock it themselves. Both of them were sticking their heads out the window just so they were able to breathe. So anytime I hear IBS, I always think of that story, and I laugh my ass off because I always bring it up to Tyler, and he's like, I will never, ever in my entire life trying to declare a war with this man ever again.
What? Okay, I just need to say this. Boys only do that. Like even grown men. We're grown men. Like
they never grow up.
Yeah.
Never. They are just big toddlers.
Well, thank you for sharing.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Ways to heal or strengthen the solar plexus. Take this with a grain of salt. This takes a lot of work. Solar plexus is a bitch. I'm just going to say that. You can tell yourself through affirmations, I am confident and strong and I stand in my power. You can do a lot of breath work and meditation. That does support that. Also, like I did a month worth of breath work on my YouTube channel. Go take a listen to that. My YouTube is just, it's like a diary for all the things that I like don't feel are expansive enough to talk about on the podcast. Like I don't think they would make a full episode. But I also want to like look back in time and have a place where like I didn't necessarily write it down. Like it serves two purposes and like it's on video so people can learn about what like I've experienced too. But what I observed after doing a whole month of breath work straight every day in the month of April, my lower belly, my cortisol belly went away. I was like, damn, looked good. Again, stomach area. So the other thing too is you can journal and ask yourself, are you afraid of what other people think of you? Do you celebrate your success or do you downplay them? How do you respond when maybe you're not in control? Do you struggle to say no and stand up for yourself? Do you have goals? And if so, are you actively pursuing them? How comfortable are you with expressing anger or frustration? And can you speak up for yourself without guilt or fear?
Can you speak up with yourself without guilt or fear?
Yeah, I can speak up for myself without guilt or fear, but it's usually anger. And but you know this too. It takes a lot for me to get mad, but if I'm mad,
stay clear. Stay clear.
Because it's like I don't like giving my power away like that, you know? But like I don't like that version of myself, so I try not to.
Yeah,
like, who's worthy of that? Who wants to see that? Who wants to see the cunty cancer? No one, including me.
Yeah, no.
I mean, sometimes I want someone to see the cunty cancer, but
toxic.
I'm the problem. I meant that in like a sexual context, Rana.
Okay, toxic.
Well, that's what we have. Oh my gosh, that was fun.
Yay.
I still got to record 2 more episodes for the YouTube channel after this, but you're home free, baby.
No, I gotta edit all the other ones.
Oh, that's true. So because Brandon and I are on the road for I'm on the road for 2 weeks. We're just like bulk recording, which is just kind of like, it's just kind of our life right now. But I also think like, I don't think the gypsy life is going to be over for me anytime soon.
Shit, I feel like I'm in a gypsy life right now.
You know what I'm dreaming of on our adventures is Din Tai Fung. We talked about this already, but I can't wait. And this is out of order, so we know that, but like Din Tai Fung, you guys.
Din Tai Fung.
Yeah. Oof. Can't wait.
So good. I dream about that place.
Oh, do we do a card pull or nah?
Yeah.
Okay. Card pull for the collective for July. Just the
What's July in Spanish, Gabby?
Julio. What's June in Spanish, Brianna?
Juno.
So sorry for anyone that had to hear that on the audio. Oh my god.
What is June in Spanish?
Okay. We're done. We're tapping out, man. Okay, hang on. Let me just pull this card. All right, cool. Judgment reversed. Just percolate on those thoughts. If you're making a decision, just wait after retrograde because retrograde's occurring sometime in July. So we're done. Until next time.
Junio. I'm done.
To go.
I'm sweating in here.
Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.